Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Invisible Woman Talk Show. I am your host, Joyce Williams, and tonight's episode is about forgiveness. I'm asking the question, is forgiveness earned or is it given? Stay tuned for more Invisible Woman right after this commercial break. Welcome back to the Invisible Woman, and tonight's episode is about forgiveness. Is forgiveness earned or is it given? And I looked up the definition of forgiveness. According to Google, forgiveness is the action of or the process of forgiving or being forgiven. It's kind of vague, but forgiveness is, let me just put it in my terms, what my definition is, and I'm sure others will agree that when you ask for forgiveness, then you're asking someone to pardon what you've done to hurt them. You're asking that they excuse your behavior. And when you are asking for forgiveness, you're asking that that person forgives you. You know, as you know, I know a lot of people have dealt with forgiveness, unforgiveness, I would say. And I'm going to give my personal take on things. As I was preparing to do this episode, I realized that I had an issue with, I would say, I wouldn't say like forgiving, because in my head, I had forgiven that person. I had moved on, that they weren't, on my mind. It wasn't, bothering me. I kind of moved on with my life. And so I found myself, I was on a trip to somewhere else, and I had to go by that person's house. And when I got close to their house, I got emotional. I mean, when I say emotional, like I started crying. I was just all beside myself. And it was hard. And I remember in the car praying, and I was saying to myself, I was like, I thought I forgave them. I thought I was past this. I thought I was over this. But I realized that I wasn't. Because had I truly forgiven them, I don't feel like it would have affected me the way that it did. I was very emotional. This person had a major role in my life and in my family's life. And so when they hurt me, it hurt. And it was very, it was devastating. It was devastating, and it was unexpected. And it was because when that hurt, it's a different kind of hurt when you trust somebody. It's not the same when you get hurt by a stranger, because, yes, it hurts, but it doesn't give you that emotional connection hurt. And I had an emotional connection hurt to where I had to forgive them, truly forgive them, to where I could drive past their house and be okay. To where if I saw them again, I would be okay. And to me, that's a part of true forgiveness. Of course, I'm not forgetting what you did. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I'm not allowing unforgiveness to take control of me, to where I'm not able to function, where I'm not able to drive down the road, where I'm not able to control my emotions. I'm saying that I am forgiving to be able to live my life happily. So we're going to take a short break. I know that was a lot, but we're going to take a short break and be right back with more Invisible Woman right after this. Joyce Williams. I'm with the Invisible Woman, and I am here at my favorite shopping place, Cato. Yes, awesome. And I have the store manager here, and I want to ask you the quick poll question: is forgiveness given or earned?
I think forgiveness needs to be earned. I don't take the word forgive lightly, because in order to forgive someone, I think maybe something along the lines of damage or disrespect has been given or caused in order for someone to even ask for forgiveness. So when you're going to give forgiveness, I know I'm heavy on the Bible, and I know it states that we are supposed to forgive.
Mm-hmm.
And for our own peace of mind, I think we should. But I also feel like the individual who caused that damage or harm or disrespect should be a part of that. And I think that they should come and ask for forgiveness and make it right. Because if you just start forgiving everybody, yeah, for your own peace, because the Bible says so, I get it. But if you just start forgiving everybody for their wrongdoings, like at that point, what is the purpose of it? You know, what is it for? I hate to touch religion because I know it's a delicate topic, and everybody doesn't follow, abide by, or believe in it. But I know my belief states that Jesus did shed his blood on the cross to forgive us for our sins, and that's where I feel obligated to forgive.
Right, because the Bible says we're supposed to continue to forgive.
Correct.
And so you're saying that you should give that forgiveness, but they have to do something to show themselves like they're they're more remorseful and want. Okay, so you do want to forgive.
I do.
Right. Okay.
I just don't want to hand it out and make people feel so comfortable. Oh, she's a forgiving woman of God. So guess what?
Exactly.
It's okay if we run her over one more time. No, it don't. It don't work like that.
Yeah. So you heard it here first. Forgiveness is earned. Well, my question is forgiveness given or is it earned? And in your opinion?
In my opinion, I believe that it's earned because there's some things that just cannot be forgiven.
So what if they decide they don't want to earn that forgiveness? Then what?
Just don't give it to them.
Oh wow, just cut and dry. You either earn my forgiveness or it's over.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I do thank you so much for taking out the time to be on my show, and thank you for your opinion. Please check out Invisible Woman on Mondays at 7. Thank you. Welcome back to The Invisible Woman. We're talking about forgiveness. Is it earned or is it given? And I don't feel like forgiveness is earned. And the reason I say that is because sometimes you have to forgive people who aren't deserving of forgiveness. You know, sometimes people hurt you to your core, and they hurt you so much that you just feel like I can't even stand to be in the same room with you. I can't even stand to look at you. I can't even function because of what has been done. And you have to forgive. And so that's something that they may never earn. You know, they may never admit to hurting you. They may never apologize for hurting you. They may never acknowledge you. And so you have to be able to forgive regardless. You know, it can't, I mean, now, I do, don't get me wrong, I do feel like in certain situations, you know, forgiveness is just it's necessary. It's just necessary, just period. It's just necessary. It's necessary so that you can be whole. It's necessary so that you can have your sanity, because you're over here losing your sleep. You're over here, your health is failing. You're over here holding on to something that they're not even caring about. They're not even thinking about you. They're not even worried about you. But yet you're not functioning and you're not being your best self because you're worried about forgiving, holding on to that unforgiveness, or you're worried about an apology that you may never get. You're worried about ownership of them hurting you that you may never see, you may never hear. So you have to learn how to move on and without an apology, without an acknowledgement. And it's I'm sorry to say that. If I have to be the one to say it, then to break it to you, then forgive. Forgive because somebody has forgiven you. Somebody, we're not perfect. So that means that, we've hurt somebody. I've hurt somebody. You've hurt somebody. And when you do that, you want somebody to forgive you. You want you want that same forgiveness. And I understand that if there was something done so beyond repairing the relationship, repairing the friendship, repairing whatever it is, if it's gone to that point where you just feel like, you know what, I'm going to forgive them and I'm just going to get them out of my life. Like we're not moving past this. I'm forgiving you because I'm doing it for me, but we're not moving forward with our relationship, and that means that you're forgiving them. They're not earning it because honestly, they can't earn it. Sometimes things are done so devastating, so big that what are they going to do to earn it? How are they going to earn it? How are they going to undo what they've done to get your forgiveness? We're going to go to the poll question and check on what some of the viewers are saying. Be right back with more Invisible Woman. Again, we're asking our poll question, is forgiveness earned or is it given? And ma'am, in your opinion, how is forgiveness? Is it earned or is it given?
I believe forgiveness is given. It's not technically earned because forgiveness is not for you to earn. It's for you to give to the next person. So that's basically it. It's not about if you earn their forgiveness for me. In order for me to move to the next step in life, I have to give.
I really like that answer, and I also like the fact that you said that forgiveness is for you. So it's a personal thing, and it's not president on whether that person asks you for forgiveness or not. But if that person does decide to, if they do decide to ask you for forgiveness, and then they repeat that whatever they've done again, what happens then?
Because there's a difference. Just because I forgave you does not mean that we're going to continue to live that whatever we had.
Okay. Okay.
That's a different question at this
point. Gotcha. So,
right.
So it's like, okay, so now we have to decide if this relationship, whether it's a friendship or whatever, the relationship is worth continuing on based on what was done. Okay.
Because if it was just, I'm going to just let it go. I'm going to forgive you and keep on going.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for answering the poll question. And you said forgiveness is?
Given.
Forgiveness is given. Thank you. This is Joyce Williams, and we're back with The Invisible Woman. And I have another guest to ask the poll question to. Is forgiveness earned or is it given?
I think it's given.
Can you stand, please?
I think it's given.
Okay. So are you the person that gives that forgiveness whether they come back and apologize or not?
Not really. But I think you should give it,
Okay, so you feel like, I don't want to lead you, I just want to ask, so are you giving that forgiveness for yourself?
Yes.
Okay. I totally agree. I think that the forgiveness, helps us to move on, helps us to heal. And so if you don't move on from that, like I was telling another young lady, that is holding you hostage, your bondage,
Yes.
and they're going on living their best life,
And
you're just exactly
upset, yeah.
exactly. So yeah, I do agree. Thank you so much for being a part of my show. It's going to be airing Monday at 7, so please check out the website and it'll take you directly to the show.
Okay.
Welcome back to The Invisible Woman. We're still talking about forgiveness. We're still talking about, is it earned or is it given? And I cannot leave without saying that you have to forgive yourself. You have to forgive you, because some things that happened was not in your control. You had no control over what they did to you, but you have control over forgiving yourself. You have control to move on. You have control. Just accept the things that you can control. You can control how you react. You can control how you continue to live your life, how you decide to move forward. You can control those things. So you just have to do the things that you can control. But you can't control if a person refuses to acknowledge what they did. You can't control if a person refuses to apologize for what they did. You can't control some of those things, but handle the things that you can control. And that is forgiving yourself. I talked to a young lady that told me that her daughter hurt herself. She was cutting, and in her head it was like, I should have saw the signs. I should have been there. I should have done this. I should have done that. And she forgave her daughter. They made up. They got a beautiful relationship, but she took forever to forgive herself for not seeing the signs, to forgive herself for not being there, a better support system, for not knowing what was going on in her daughter's life. But what I want to tell you is that people show you what they want you to see. So that was not in her control to be a monitor and watch every little thing that goes on in that child's life. And I know that I'm using this individual example because it's just that some people are dealing with, this person, this person hurt themselves, and I should have did, I would have done, and you're not forgiving yourself. So just take a moment to think about what you did do. Think about how you were there. Think about how you were supportive. And then forgive yourself. We'll be right back. We're going to do another street video. So to the streets. Everyone, the poll question, is forgiveness earned or is it given? In your opinion, which one is it?
You know what? I feel like I would give it because it's for me. It's not for the other person. So they don't have to earn it, because then I will be waiting for something that's probably not even going to happen.
Oh my gosh, yes, I agree.
So it's for me because they're going on with their life.
Yes.
And I'm staying here in a standstill. And I have to move on and go on with my life. So I give it.
They out there living their best life and holding you hostage. You said
holding
not
me
me.
hostage,
Not
I
me.
can't do it. I
Yes,
can't do
ma'am.
it.
I love that answer. I love your response, and I agree that forgiveness is for ourselves. So thank you so much for being a part of my show. Don't forget to check it out. It's on Mondays at 7, and thank you again. This week's Visible Woman of the Week spotlight goes to Miss Unica of Honey Growth Hair Products. She has been in 15 states, starting her hairline product in 2020 during the pandemic. She serves men, women, and children of all ages. You can check out her Facebook page at Honey Growth. Please go and support Miss Unica of Honey Growth Hair Products. My name is Joyce Williams. I'm with the Invisible Woman, and my quick question to you is forgiveness given or is it earned, in your opinion?
In my opinion,
Come over here so you
streetwise,
get a good part.
I'm gonna say streetwise. I would say that forgiveness is supposed to be automatically given, because of the Bible. But worldwise, people say you gotta earn forgiveness or whatever. But I would also say that I always forgive, because it's not. I forgive for me, for myself.
Yes, I agree.
You know what I mean? For myself, so that I can move forward on with life or whatever. But I would say forgiveness it's a given. I'm gonna forgive you because I have to move forward at all times. Now, I'll never forget because Medea said never forget.
Right.
So
I agree.
I'll never forget, but I will forgive because that type of hatred, that type of just doesn't really let you move forward. I put it that way.
I totally agree.
I've kind of been going through something like that or whatever, but it is what it is. You take it day by day. So I feel like it is a given. It depends on the situation too at times, how long it takes to get there. But I feel like, it's a given. Because it's something that you have to work with on yourself.
Yes, ma'am. Well, thank you so much for agreeing to be a part of my show today.
Welcome back to The Invisible Woman. We're still talking about forgiveness, whether it's earned or given. And one thing for sure is that whether you decide to give someone forgiveness or whether you decide they have to earn your forgiveness, the decision is yours whether you want to heal or hurt. Because if you decide to give that forgiveness, you start the healing. But if you are waiting on them to earn forgiveness, you're choosing to hurt. So that is your choice, whether you want to heal or hurt. Whether you decide to give forgiveness or decide that someone has to earn your forgiveness. Thank you so much for joining me on another episode of The Invisible Woman. Stay tuned for next week. It's going to be an amazing episode. I appreciate you all for watching tonight. Please don't forget to follow me on Facebook. You can go to my webpage. It's jwinvisiblewoman.com, and that'll take you to my Facebook pages, to the private female group page. I'm saying private female because, I've gotten some invites from a few gentlemen here. But go definitely check out that and follow me on Twitter and share and like these videos because that way we can continue to empower women together. We are stronger together. And I thank you again for joining. Good night. I'm wondering, why aren't you watching The Invisible Woman?
I was recording.
So do some on the other side. No, just do another part. That's cute.